Hi, fellow teachers. This is Cassie Ward again with another Canvas in slow motion video for you. I loved all the positive feedback on the first one, and I was so glad that it was actually helpful for some of you. So lots of people were asking, when is the next video coming? So here it is. Quick disclaimer, I just want to remind everyone that I am not in any way, shape, or form an expert in Canvas. I really am just starting to learn about it myself, and so I'm kind of learning as I go, but just wanted to share what I'm learning with you guys so that we can all try to get our Canvases up and running as soon as possible. Hopefully your administrator has given you some flexibility about when yours actually needs to be up and running. I know at Lowell, we have the best principal, but he's given us a little bit of leeway. If we don't have them all perfect by the first day of school, that's okay. We're all just going to send out emails through Synergy with our Zoom link so that we can still do our live instruction without the pressure of having our Canvas perfect and functional. We really just want to focus on building relationships with students the first week anyways. So hopefully your administrator is sending you the same message, and that can take some of the pressure off of you to feel like you have to have this working straight away. So last time we worked together on drawing a picture that you could use as a banner. And today we're going to take that picture and drop it onto a new page, which will become our home page in Canvas. I have two tabs open, and one of them, as you can see, is my Google Drive up here at the top. The other tab that I have open is my dashboard from Canvas. So you can pause the video if you need to, take a second if you're following along on your computer, and make sure that you have those two tabs open, because we're going to be going back and forth between them today. I know some of you I've seen on the Facebook group have two monitors set up, which is amazing. And so you could have, your Google Drive perhaps on one and your dashboard on the other, but I'm not that fancy. I'm working on a very small laptop. Again, it's a MacBook Pro with a Magic Mouse. So yours might look and function the same as mine or a little bit different, but I'm just working with two different tabs side by side. So hopefully now you have your Drive open in Google, and in another tab you have your Canvas dashboard open, and that looks like this. Hopefully you're familiar with that after attending the Canvas LMS teacher trainings last week. So I'm going to go and start back at my Google Drive, and again, I'm moving my mouse really slowly. I think that's a best practice when we're working with our kids in any grade, really. I know when we're teaching, sometimes we feel like we're in a hurry, but when you're, just sending the mouse all over the place, we can't follow it. Kids can't follow it. So I think we need to be really intentional with the speed or the lack of speed with which we move our cursor or our arrow. So you're going to find your homepage banner that you designed last time. Here's mine right here. Remember, it was a Google drawing, so it should have this little logo right here for Google Drawing. And I'm going to go ahead and open that. In my case, I had to double click on it to open. And here it is. The first thing we need to do before we move this into our Canvas page is to make it smaller. This is a really big image size, and we don't want to drop an image that's this big into our Canvas, because then we're going to have all this blank space at the bottom. The way that we make it smaller is we come down here to the bottom right-hand corner, and you'll see all of these little lines going diagonally that kind of look like stairs to me. And you can see when you hover over it, the arrow turns into a directional diagonal arrow. And I'm going to click and drag, and this will make your rectangle smaller. And you can let go. So now you can see that your picture, your drawing is bigger. Maybe you have some text, maybe you have some images, like I have my sea stars. The frame around it kind of captures more of the picture, and there's not as much blank space. When I say blank space, I'm referring to this checkerboard pattern. The gray and white checkerboard is going to be your background. in Google Drawings. And that's actually a good thing, because what that means is that when you transfer it over to your canvas, this will be clear or transparent. So you could, in theory, down the road, if you wanted to get more complicated, you could make your page say yellow or green, and all of that yellow or green would fill in all around this, and you wouldn't just have a big white box. If any of the little pictures that you chose and you put on here, like my sea stars, do have a white box around them, that's totally fine. It just means that when you move this picture over to your Canvas page or home page, you're going to want to keep a white background so that those little boxes don't show up. And good news, our Canvas pages are set to white backgrounds anyways, so one less thing that you have to do. Okay, so how do we get this picture out of Google Drawings and into Canvas? That's the big question for today. The first thing we need to do is to save it as a different type of file. Now, I don't want to confuse anyone, but I do want to address something that they talked a lot about in my Canvas training that made me a little bit uncomfortable. In the Canvas training, they showed us that in order to put pictures into our Canvas, we needed to go File and Publish. Oh, my little picture is in the way. Publish to the web, which is down here. But I don't think we really want to be publishing pictures and things that we've made to the internet every time we make something before we upload it to our Canvas. Because, for example, on my Meet the Teacher page, I have a picture and information about myself. I don't want that published on the internet for everyone to see. So the way to keep this private is to just make a file that you can save for yourself in your old folder, wherever you choose to put it. And then only you have access to that image, and you can still put it in your Canvas. So if you learned during the trainings how to save your pictures to the web, publish them to the web, and then put them in your Canvas, that's fine. But just be aware that if you did it that way and you had any personal photos or information, it's now shared with the entire universe. Here we go. So I don't want to put this on the internet. I want to do File. I'm up here in the upper left-hand corner. File. I'm going to go down, and I want to... No. What did I do? I just did this. Here we go. I just learned how to do this. So I'm sorry if I'm a little slow. Okay. This is Canvas in slow motion, so I hope that's okay with you. So you're going to go to download. So let me do that again. I went up to File, hovered over it, go down to download, because what I want to do is download this picture to my computer. There are 4 different file types here. Very confusing. Why can't there just be one? The one we need to use here is the Png Image. That stands for a portable graphic, as in a graphic or an image that can be moved from one application to another or one format to another easily. So it's this one, the third one down. So File, Download, Png Image. That means once you've downloaded it, at the end, it will have this extension now. So it will be your file name .png. So I am going to click on that. And you can see now in the bottom left-hand corner of my box, this is where my image just downloaded. And the name of it is whatever the name of my graphic was. I called mine Canvas in Slow Motion Homepage. And now it's CISM homepage.png, portable graphic. Okay, so in theory, I am done with Google Drawings for now. I want to move over to my dashboard. So I'm going to go up here in my tabs, and I'm going to click on my dashboard. A really nice feature is that I can still see my Canvas in slow motion file right down here. Hopefully it'll stay there. If not, we can always go search for it. If yours disappeared, don't worry. There's always a way to find it. Okay, so here I have my Canvas LMS teacher training that we already did. This is my personal sandbox for my TK class, which still is not published because I'm still working on it. I made a new course for Canvas in slow motion videos where I hope to upload all of my videos in some kind of sequential order here eventually and make it public in the Commons. But this one is not really fully developed yet. So this is where I want to make a homepage today because I don't have a homepage yet. So you're going to go to your wherever course you want to put this homepage on and just click on it. Oh, good thing it's working today. Okay, we want to make a page. It's going to eventually be your home page, your first page that people see when we get there. But for now, it's just a page. So we're going to go over here on the left-hand side where you see home, announcements, assignments, discussions, etc. Depending on what you've already done, you may or may not have some eyeballs with lines through it over here. I don't even want to talk about that right now because I don't want to confuse you. But hopefully down here somewhere, you will see where it says pages. And we're going to click on that because we're going to drop our picture into a page. So click. Okay. I have not created any pages yet in my Canvas in slow motion course. So yippee, I'm going to do my first page right now with you. Anytime you want to create a new page, you're going to come over here and it says plus page or add page. Looking for buttons that are highlighted in blue is kind of just a good overall indicator of where they want you to look next. So I'm going to add a page. Click. Okay, I'm going to call this my home. Call it home page, whatever you want to call it. Down here is the rich text editor that they talked about over and over and over in the Canvas training. This is where we're going to put our picture. So let's see if I can remember how to do that now. So again, here's my drawing that I saved as a PNG. And this is where I want to put it. Okay, coming across here, all of these choices along the top are if you're typing your own text in the box. But that is not what we want to do. We want to insert a picture. Here's make a table, insert media. This isn't a video. Embed image. Let's see if that's it. Yes. I'm not embedding an image from the internet though, so I don't want to do URL. I want to get an image from Canvas. Oh, and I see what I need to have done is already uploaded my picture into my course files. Aha. So we need to go back and do that first. Before we put it on our page, we have to upload our picture into our course files. I can't just click here and do it. That's unfortunate. That would be way too easy. Let's see if I highlight this. Oh, I clicked on course files and now it says upload file. Let me see if it lets me upload here. So again, let's see where we went for clarity. I went to embed image. I added a page. I went to embed image. Click. I went to Canvas because I want to add an image from Canvas. My image isn't in Canvas yet though. So I'm going to click on course files. You could also put it in your own files. Doesn't really matter. Maybe I'll put it here on homepage. Oh no, I don't want it. That's for my other website. Just kidding. Course files. Okay. I'm going to upload my file. Okay, now I need to find the picture that I just made. And if I look down, there it is. Amazing. It actually worked. Here's my Canvas in slow motion homepage.png. Notice the files that you can use to upload are going to be in black and the ones that are not usable are going to be in gray. So hopefully you see yours right there. I see the one I want to upload right here, and I'm going to click on it. And there it is. Don't you love it when things work? Oh my gosh. Okay. So there's what I want to upload, and I'm going to come down here to the bottom right-hand corner and click open. And what this is going to do is take my file that I saved as a PNG, and it's going to upload it to Canvas. Success, file uploaded. Thank goodness. Okay, I'm going to close that little message, but I know it's there. It's in my folders under course files. Hopefully I can go back and find it again. It tells me, I have to scroll down now, that this is what it's called. These are the dimensions. This is how big it is. You don't need to worry about that. Just leave it, whatever it was when we imported it, just leave it alone. We do not need to play around with that. And before you leave this, you need to come down to the bottom right-hand corner and click the blue update. This is something I find myself forgetting to do in Canvas a lot. For some reason, they always want you to scroll all the way down and go to the bottom right-hand corner and click save or update before you leave a page. It doesn't auto-save like our Google Suite does. So you have to remember before you leave to go down and see if there's a save or update button. So I'm going to update. Oh my gosh. There it is. Okay, that was even easier than I thought it was going to be. It just automatically popped up. Look at that. Wow, that was fast. Okay, so I made a page. I called it home. You could call it home page or welcome or whatever you want. I inserted my image here. Now, if I want to make it bigger or smaller, you can do that. You can click on it. I clicked on it once. Again, I'm using a Mac and a Magic Mouse. And if you take your mouse and hover to the corner, again, it becomes a directional arrow where you can click and hold and you can resize your image. Now, I've heard some debate about how big your images should be because some parents are going to be accessing this on smartphones. And I've heard some talk about your pictures should be big or they should be smaller so that it works well on an iPhone. Honestly, I don't have time to worry about that right now. I'm just trying to get a basic site running like in the next 2 weeks. So I'm sorry if this isn't perfect for iPhones right now or whatever. It's great for me because there's something on there. I can show my administrator, yay, look what I figured out. I did my job. And anyone who tries to access it on a computer or Chromebook, it's going to look just great. Something I have kind of been doing is highlighting and then centering everything that I put on one of my pages. So again, let me show you how to do that. I'm going to click off of it. See where my cursor is over here? I clicked and highlighted it. The whole thing turned blue because it's just one image. The sea stars and my text and everything is all together as one image. And I want to center it. And this is just a center formatting button right here. Remember, if you can't remember what these buttons mean, if you just hover it over for a second, it will tell you. So I'm going to align it in the center of my website. Looks like it was pretty much there. Okay, so here is the banner of my homepage. Yay, I'm going to come down here. And again, you can't leave until you click save. Now here's some options. I don't even know what all of this means, and I don't even care right now. I didn't click any of this on my stuff. I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference for what we're trying to accomplish right now. So I'm just clicking save. Okay, so now you can see I named my page home. So it says home up here, and here's my picture. I obviously am going to want more than this on my home page, but I'll teach you that in the next episode. The next thing you need to do is designate this as your front page, which means that when your students and families go to your Canvas, it's the first page that they'll see, essentially your home page. But in Canvas, they call it your front page. So in order to do that, you need to come back over to the left to, I don't even know what this is called, to these options. And you're going to go click on Pages again. And before, it said that you didn't have any pages made. But now you'll have a page made. Congratulations. It's my home page. Here's the date I created it. It was made and edited last by me. This little sign here, I've heard it referred to as the Ghostbuster sign, means that it's not published yet. No one can see it yet. So I need to publish it. So hover it over it and see the word publish comes up, click, and it's green. And that means that people can actually see it. Now, the last thing we need to do for this to become our home page is go over to the 3 dots. This week I heard this referred to as the traffic lights. We're coming up with all kinds of creative names for all these text symbols. When I get to it, my cursor turns into the pointy finger. I'm going to click, and here are my options. Edit, no. Delete, no. Use as front page. It's the 3rd one down. This is what you want to do to make the page that we just created your front page or your home page that everyone sees when they come to your canvas. So I'm going to click. Now, after I've clicked, this fancy little gray button comes up showing that whatever is on this page is my front page. Because eventually you're going to have lots of other pages here, probably, depending on how complicated you get. You might have some other pages here, but the computer needs to know, Canvas needs to know which one to display as your front page. So if you decided later that you didn't want this to be your front page, you could come back to the traffic signal, click on it, come down to the 3rd option, and remove it as your front page. But for today, we want this to be our front page. So use as front page. Okay, I never trust Canvas, so I'm going to go down and see if there's anything else I need to save. I don't think so. Okay, so when in doubt, whenever I don't know what to do next, I always go back to my home. And that's not what I want to see. Okay. I'm going to click on student view. I want to see what would students see if they came to my canvas. So student view is over on the right-hand side. Course status is unpublished. I might have to publish it in order to see my student view. I'm not sure. Let's just go down and try it. I'm going down, going down, going down. Student view with the little glasses. If you have done some work in Canvas and you want to see what it would look like to kids, this is the one you click. So I'm going to click it. Okay, why does it say no modules have been defined for this course? I'm going to pause right here and figure this out, and I will be right back. Okay, so I figured out what I was missing. I need to choose my home page. So while I was gone, I set my home page, but let me show you how to do it. Over here on the right-hand side, you can see that my course is unpublished. I need to go down to the 3rd one down, which is choose home page. I'm going to click on it, and this menu pops up. Now, when it pops up, yours was probably already said that course modules was going to be your home page. But that doesn't work at this point unless you've already set up your course modules, which my guess is maybe you haven't done. I haven't set up my course modules yet for this Canvas in slow motion course. So what you want to do is come up and click the one above it, which says Pages Front Page. That's the one that we just set to be our home page. So you're going to click Pages Front Page and save. Okay, then you can publish. That was in the upper right-hand corner. Sorry, I'm going a little bit too fast there. And then when you come over, here's my mouse coming over to the upper left-hand side, and you click Home. Hopefully this is what you will see. Okay. So my course is Canvas in slow motion. This is my home page. Welcome to Lowell Elementary Transitional Kindergarten, Mrs. Ward. So the next thing that I would teach you after this is how to make buttons on your home page. Once you get that done, you'll start feeling pretty good about yourself because it really makes your Canvas come to life and be functional for your students. Even if you don't have modules or assignments or anything set up, if you can get a few functional buttons, you can really get through probably the first couple of weeks of school. So we'll do that next. I just want to show you before we go, and I mentioned this before, that over here on the right side, if you go down to student view and you click on it, this is what the students would see when they come to your website to home. So you can see that they land on it and they see your picture that you drew in Google Drawings. And in the next video, we'll add some buttons down here that they can click on. Okay, so that's it. I hope it was helpful. I know it got a little convoluted at the end when I had to go and figure it out. Like I said, I'm not a pro. I'm just somebody trying to figure it out and trying to help you figure it out at the same time. So I hope that was helpful. I'll work on the next video shortly, and good luck.